Hi everybody and welcome to part 2 of the opening round video guides here on the channel for Expert Division in the Thanksgiving tournament. This one covers of course holes 10 to 18. Holes 1 to 9 is over in part 1. Please give me a thumb up on the video, would massively appreciate it, and make sure you subscribed as well. Don't usually do opening and weekend round content, but there will be that this week for the Thanksgiving tournament, so please check out the channel on Saturday for the weekend round 18 hole playthrough as well. Also, finally, share it with your clan mates and friends in the game. If you know anybody who might need a few pointers over in Expert Division for this tournament, then I'd be very grateful if you could share this link around. Good luck everybody. Here we go then with hole number 10. Hole number 10, we've got a great wind angle, so I reckon it's a good idea to go aggressive if you fancy the shot, of course. Put a berserker on, go with 2 backspin, 2 right spin, although you'll see from the result here I would go with 1.8 backspin instead. At power 5 max extension, half of the red ring inside the rough with APOC 5 and 6, different ring references if you've got a different level club, of course. We then adjust max plus 5 power 5 settings. This one may need a tweak or two depending on wind strength and wind angle, so please be advised of that. Then here I push up to the top of plus 29 yards. So APOC 4 unfortunately is ruled out of this shot. We're going there with about 1 3/4 ball curl to the right. Just draw a line down from the tee and look where it goes in terms of the shot circle. We'll give you a good guide of where to go. It is going to be pretty much a shaky needle, but look at that on the green nicely. A little bit more pace on that and you've got a chance at the hole in 1, but may need a couple of tweaks depending what wind conditions you have. Once again on this hole we're going to use the nice funnel from the top right of the pin, playing with the Guardian though due to the slight tailwind angle. 8 bar of backspin, and once you've added spin we're going to find our position, and we're looking at the second bounce due to different ring sizes. You will see it is in the corner of those 4 green squares. So pause the video. It's just on the border of those green square columns above and right of the pin. Pause the video, count the green squares as best you can to replicate. Then once we've found that position, we adjust max plus 20 power 3 numbers. As always, we want to try and keep the wind below 8 miles per hour. Anything above that is untested. You might need a little bit of a tweak. So take a token or two if you haven't got a wind 4 ball to hand. But backspin grabs very nicely, and we drop this one right at pin for a hole in 1 on hole number 11. Hole number 12, going to go with APOC and Kingmaker. We're going to add 5.8 top spin, 3 bars side spin to the left, and with APOC 5 and above, we're going to set up at the top of plus 10 yards. APOC 5 and 6 will have the red ring touching the rough. Ball guide is shown if you want to use a different level APOC. APOC 4 you will be setting up at power 3 max. We adjust max distance 0 elevation, power 3 numbers of course, as we are using a Kingmaker. And then we're going to take our shot, going to go with plenty of curl, so draw a line down from the tee. You'll see it would then touch the inner tip of the triangle just before circle drop in terms of overpower, because I don't use grids. So as before, I find that point and then just back up just before it. Drive distance is going to be here around 375 yards. Second shot, we're going to use our landing position plus yards. Add spin first, 1 bar of backspin, and then find our position with the yellow ring touching the rough, and the ball guide will be just to the back of the cup. I'll zoom in for you. There you go. So 2 things to look at there, yellow ring and ball guide once you've got your backspin added. Then we're going to use landing position plus yards, 0 elevation here, and plus 5 with the sniper 10. That would be plus 7 with the sniper level 9. That's going to play out at 82% slider. If it was plus 4, I'd be going with 80%. Plus 3, 77%. All depends where you are, of course, from your drive. So modify the slider value accordingly. We have a tutorial on that on the Academy tutorial homepage, on the channel homepage. Perfect ball away once we've done our adjustment, and this one tracks nicely onto the green and falls for the Albatross on hole 12. Hole number 13, we are going to use the rock for ball guide and accuracy. 4 bars of top spin, 1 bar side spin to the right, and we're going to set up with the half of the clear ring inside the rough on the left at max distance with the rock level 8, at the top of plus 15 with the rock level 9. Then we adjust maximum distance, 20% elevation, max plus 20 on this one. If you haven't got the rock 8, you would have to improvise a bit with a different driver, but it's nice to use the rock if you can, due to that accuracy. And we play into a narrow fairway. So max plus 20, power 3, then a plain ball shot, no curl, no overpower, just concentrate on hitting perfect. And this ball is going to roll very nicely. We don't want to push it too hard because I want to play rings from min with the thorn rather than an over max distance end bringer. Drive distance is going to be around 350 to 355 yards. Second shot, find the minimum distance line with the thorn, no spin, and then count your rings until you've got the ball guide going to the pin. Okay, so count up 5 at a time, and then no spin at all, so you don't need to worry about that. Just get the ball guide going to the pin. Make sure the ball guide isn't short of the cup, because there is a slight headwind angle now we've turned the corner in terms of our shot direction. 1% slider per ring from min. In the video here, I think I pushed up 12 rings from min, so this will be 12% slider. 0 elevation, and pull this one over the bullseye, please. Over the bullseye. Power 3 settings. So for me, that was not many rings at all with the thorn, to be honest. Playing rings from min, it's a nice accurate adjustment, and we're dropping this one very nicely for an eagle on hole 13. Hole 14, it looks like there is an aggressive option here. I did try a few slices though, and a couple of them ended very nastily with a palm tree getting in the way, so maybe not advisable there. Instead, I'm going to show you an albatross with an NMT shot with a rock and a kingmaker. We're going with 2.5 topspin, 3 bars side spin to the left, and then we're going to adjust max plus 10 from the no movement target position. So you don't need to find your landing position here, just make sure you enter with the right club and ball pre-selected. I do 2 pulls here because otherwise the trees can get in the way due to wind angle. 0.8 ball curl to the left. Look at the edge of the kingmaker for a reference there, and again just before the circle drops there to make sure you're not adding any unintentional underpower or overpower in comparison to what I do in the video. Drive distance here is going to get to that dark green patch on the fairway, 340 yards thereabouts. Second shot, we are going to play with the sniper and add some top spin, but always 3 bars of right spin. Going to be around 1 to 1.5 top spin, and you want to try and find a non-glitchy point. This is working very well from this consistent drive for me. You'll see the second mount is just before the fringe, ball guide going towards the hole, but stopping a little bit short. So try and replicate that if you possibly can. Then, as we are at max, we're going to play this one max distance, 0 elevation, power 3 settings. So max plus 0. And once we've done that, that was my adjustment done there. We're just going to take our shot. This is not going to be an albatross every single time due to the inconsistencies on the green, but you've got a good chance, and the worst case scenario is you're going to have a putt for the eagle. Very luckily here, though, we drop it beautifully at the pin for the albatross on number 14. Hole 15, then we're going to show you a close miss here. Power 5 ball first, find the complete minimum distance line with the red ring touching the sand. Then switch to your kingmaker or your kingslayer. We're going here with 1.4 backspin and 1.2 side spin to the left. Weird amounts, I know, and we will need to tweak this one. Very, very nasty wind angle. Have a look at the ball guide there with spin added as an extra reference. Pretty much direct headwind, which is fairly unpleasant. We are going to play this one maximum distance, 35% elevation. You will need a tweak if you've got higher wind than 8 miles per hour on this one. And in fact, you're going to need a tweak or two anyway, because we just missed this one to the side. But it's showing you a potential setup. If you want to take a token or two to tweak yourself, then you can. If not, you're not going to risk the birdie at all with this approach. Perfect ball lands nicely. Just missing this one, though, on the right-hand side here. Very tough wind angle on hole 15. Disclaimer here on 16, this shot may not be for everybody due to the wind angle variance you may get. It is a luminary shot as well, untested with a Berserker. 4.5 topspin and 2 left spin. You will need an APOC 5 and above on this one, I'm afraid. Aim in the middle of the bunkers, so stretch out, and then we are going to adjust max plus 10, power 5. Have a look very carefully at the wind angle here. If you have a few degrees more crosswind, you might need more topspin, and you would probably need to push back up to max. And even then, I'm not sure if you're going to make it out. It is one I would recommend you test. We're at plus 23 after the adjustment. I push up 3 yards, and then I go with full overpower, no curl. It's a slightly steadier needle, but you still need to concentrate on hitting perfect. So just check your wind angle on this one. If you don't feel that this is for you and you're not happy with the risk, then play obviously a safer layup and approach the green from the right-hand side from the tee for your birdie instead. Hole 17, I'm going to use the Guardian here because we need extra backspin that the Sniper, even in level 10, isn't going to offer. 7.5 bars of backspin, add your spin first, and then here the focus is all on the second and third bounce rather than the rings due to different club accuracies. You'll see the second bounce is just at the end of the fringe, and the third bounce is just over the centre line of that green square column. However, I missed this one to the right, so I would kind of aim that third bounce more in the middle of those dark green squares. Definitely need to keep the wind below 8 miles per hour here, because otherwise you may hit the min line of your club. So please be advised about that one. You might need to have an alternate option or a backup plan just in case. Or you could drop to a lower power ball, but of course then if you're playing free to play may be an issue controlling the speed. Mid plus 10, power 2 settings, and with the tweak to the aim that I suggested, of course subject to any wind angle tweaks, just nudging the aim a bit to the left, might have had that one in for a hole in one. And finally on to hole number 18, nice wind angle here, going to play with 4 top spin and 2 left spin. With the APOC 5 and above, you will set up at the top of plus 10, and with APOC 5 and 6, you can have the blue, half of the blue ring, inside the rough on the left. Other levels of APOC will have different ring references due to different accuracy stats. APOC 4, you're setting up at max. Look at the second bounce as well after adding spin. Then we're going to adjust max plus 10, power 3. So max plus 10, power 3 on this one. If anything, it's good to favour a little bit of 11.59 just to remove the risk of a dead bounce on the fairway island, but generally I've been okay. No curl. If you are finding yourself getting a dead bounce, like I said, just try a bit more 11.59 or a couple of clicks of OP. But you want to roll out to between 375 and 380 yards. Second shot, we're going to go 4 backspin and 1 left spin. Now, I have dropped this adjustment already, but sadly the screen recording wasn't working and I couldn't get the replay. So you're going to have to trust me, this has dropped, but here I just missed this one. Ball guide pointing just right of centre in the dark green square column there. But the adjustment on the notepad is the tweak that should get you nicely in there. We're going landing position plus yards. So for plus 7, I'm going to play this one 87% slider and 15% elevation. You can see there where I adjusted. My pull angle was not very good at all, which caused the miss. A true pull angle there, a nice straight pull on the rings, would be in for the albatross. So 87% slider, 15 elevation. Just burnt the left edge there due to a dodgy pull, but a great chance with a nice setup on hole 18. Thank you for watching this Thanksgiving tournament video here on the channel. Finally, don't forget to join us on Facebook. It is free to do so. Over 11,000 members. Shot sharing, free guides as well, and loads of discussions. You don't necessarily have to chat. You can just lurk, but plenty of useful content and fun discussion points over there. I look forward to seeing you there. Good luck in the tournament. See you soon. Bye for now.